in their neither of them dropped leather, have proved quite numerous in their numbers as they roam around the wilds in the distance. I tried being nice to the llamas at one point. However, once the llamas started getting to the point where I went out and I harvested like 17 leather, or heck, even 7 leather from them and a dozen leads. Once it got to that point, I decided that it's better if I actually just kill off all of the llamas as they spawn in instead of letting them live and allowing them to build up and become a problem. Because they were starting to cause a little bit of lag. You know, we don't want that. We don't want lag. You know, if you want an easy way to remember whether or not you like lag, just remember jet lag makes you feel extremely tired, and that's a problem. You know, because that means you're losing out on things that you're able to do for the day. You want to be able to do a lot of things. Doing a lot of things is good. It means you're busy. You know, it means you're able to be very productive, which is a good thing. You want to be productive, of course. And actually, good night. Had a massive yawn there. Okay. So y equals 75 versus y equals 78. So this still needs to go down by 3. Wow. Okay. I guess I need to excavate another 3 layers down. Yeah. Dragonis chartered the boat out into the ocean. She went and purchased a massive triple shot ballista. Had them drop off the triple shot ballista down at the docks. She told them, "Oh yeah, it's at this port. Just go ahead and tell them that I sent you. Name's Dragonis. Blah blah blah." And gave them all the info that they needed. They were like, "Okay." And she gets down to the docks and they're like, "We never ordered a triple shot ballista. What are you talking about?" And she's like, "Oh, that was me." And they're just like, "Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I just figured, like, we're going out into the ocean, right? The deep ocean. Isn't it supposed to be dangerous out there?" And they're like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Well, then shouldn't we have some sort of defense? You know, we're going to potentially be encountering some dangerous monsters out there. I figured, you know, we need something to protect ourselves. So I went and I bought one of these for you guys, because you guys look like, if we're going to be out there in the deep ocean, we might want to have something to defend ourselves. You know, I don't want you guys getting hurt. I don't want to get hurt myself. I don't want to be stranded in the middle of the ocean because we couldn't defend ourselves." They were like, "Okay. Do we need to pay for this?" And it's like, "Oh no, I already paid in full for it." And they're like, "Okay, that works for us. We get to keep this, right?" It's like, "Yeah, why?" They're like, No reason. We're good. Just randomly gifted a triple shot ballista to the people who were ferrying me across the ocean. They were happy. They were very happy, because they could then use that as like a harpoon gun, a massive harpoon gun, that allowed them to, you know, really hunt for big game, which means... Sorry about that. My sinuses just randomly decided they wanted to drain at that exact moment. They're still trying. Anyways, so yeah, you know, the fishermen were very happy. You know, they suddenly regretted letting Dragonis and her pet dragon get ferried across the ocean a lot less. They were like, oh, okay, well, that's awesome. We get to keep this massive ballista that the nice sorcerer lady bought for us. What are we going to do with a giant ballista later? We're going to use it for fishing. It's like, we are? Yes, we are. We are keeping this. If you're looking for a more recent pop culture reference of their reaction, think, what was it? It's that Vizzy-Pop series, not the Hell of a Boss one, the other one with Charlie. Basically, when she was like, we're not a bar, we're supposed to be rehabbing these people, in the spider one, the spider person was like, no, we are keeping this beautiful thing that we have here. And of course, he was referring to the person who was bribed with cheap booze. It's like, what, you think you can just bribe me with cheap booze? Yes. Well, you're right. It's like, yeah. I do not remember that series' name offhand. I know the series. I love that series. It's a great series. I don't know offhand what that series is named. Probably because I'm so heavily distracted by just excavating. Huh. You know, looking at this, I'm seeing that I have this whole little, like, pattern carved out where I was trying to stop the grass from spreading diagonally. And I realize now it wasn't very effective, was it? Because grass can spread diagonally, meaning since I only did it, you know, one wide, the diagonal protection was kind of not very protection-y, if that's even a word. Also, that goat totally tried to ram me just now, but I was moving, so it couldn't. Yeah, see? Grass can spread diagonally. I'd say the proof is in the pudding, but I don't have any pudding. I know what you're thinking. What does that have to do with anything? It doesn't. I can be random sometimes, just very random. It's just part of my personality, part of my charm, you might say. You know, kind of like Tony Stark and just being Tony Stark.
You know, Tony is Tony. It's what it is. Oh my. I guess it's midnight? Maybe? Okay. Now I need to go carving out this section. Because what it is I'm trying to bring everything down far enough that it's all, you know, on even ground. Oops. Thing is, I'm digging a diagonal, which in Minecraft, diagonals are not very friendly with the formatting of Minecraft. However, instead, I might just go with a more simplistic view. Let me put away this extra cobblestone first. Didn't I put the gravel somewhere? No, I think I just... Yeah, I think I'm just holding on to the gravel. I suppose I can hold on to the leads as well. I do, however, need shovels. Shovels! I still find that meme absolutely hilarious. That is a floating lantern. Sky lanterns. Yay! I'm not sure I've ever actually listened to that song. Did I ever listen to that one? I don't remember. I guess it doesn't really matter too much. The point of the matter is that we are finally getting close to having this entire hill no longer be as much of an issue. Because we finally are getting to the point where everything is getting all nice and sorted out. I'm also going to do another one of those trenches from before. This one's very easy because all I have to do is go until the path blocks stop. Ah, lovely. This is really fast. We are making a lot of progress here. I just don't get a very good view as I do it all. Okay. Now I need to go make a cross section from over here. All the way over to here. Anyways. So Dragonis set out across the ocean. Before I get too carried away, this is a good time to mention to like, comment, subscribe. Helps me, helps the channel. tells the YouTube algorithm that it should show off my channel to more people, which, you know, definitely motivates me because that helps me get more viewers, more people watching my videos. It helps me get more, YouTube calls it impressions. The impressions are great for you know, drawing in new viewers, because what it is it's how many times my my videos have been suggested to other people as something that they should watch, which obviously means that, you know, that gets me more viewers. More viewers means more videos. More videos means there really is no easy way to do a diagonal on here, is there? Whatever. I'll just do it this way. Time to chew through the stone. Well, I mean dirt. Not really any stone in the way here. Nom 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 nom. I'm like Pac-Man, except I'm not actually eating any of this. I'm just carving it out and collecting it all. That I'm going to repurpose it all into various farms, mostly. This is supposed to be this tall. In order to properly provide enough of a buffer. Oops. There we go. One more pass in this direction. Oh, looks like I need to drop it one more. Okay. Whatever. Might as well. So Dragona set out across the ocean. She ended up finding, while she was out there, some form of massive underwater thing. And she was like, how big is it? You know, I asked GM, how big is it, Steve? And he said, well, it's big. And I was like, how big we talking? We talking like, shark? We talking whale? He said, bigger than a whale. I went, bigger than a whale? Okay, that's really freaking big. He went, yeah, it's big. Really big. I went, you weren't kidding. Okay, so does it seem ominous? Does it seem like threatening or anything? He went, it's decently ominous. You know, it's a gigantic thing in the middle of the deep ocean. Good point. Better safe than sorry. I'll cast Elemental Manipulation on the water. He went, this thing's definitely too big for you to actually, like, do a lot of damage to it with that. You know that, right? I went, it's Elemental Manipulation. Meaning I get to pick the element, right? He went, yeah. Okay, I'll go with the element of plasma in the form of lightning. And he went, well played. Okay. So you're casting a lightning spell on the ocean. Oh boy. It's like, yeah. I am a dark mage with lightning. Okay. Yes, it's a big scary thing. Yes, I'm in the middle of the ocean. Yes, it's potentially going to kill me. However, first, I'm going to electrocute everything in the water. He went, yeah, I'm going to be honest, I wasn't prepared for that. It's like, yeah, not many people will be. So in doing that, I ended up triggering the defense mechanism of the giant submerged thing. That giant submerged thing ended up being Atlantis. I triggered the defense mechanism of Atlantis. Think about that for just a moment. And then realize I triggered the defense mechanism of Atlantis. I'm going to actually take this with me because I need some form of crafting out here. I am aware that the majority of the time I need to usually rest when I return. However, I'm trying to make it so that I can just use down here instead. I will place it right here on the corner of this chunk. So this is a little nexus point for chunk borders. Because there's a chunk border here, there's a chunk border here, there's a chunk border here, and there's a chunk border here. Like each of these squares is in a different chunk. Each of these smooth stones. And of course this one's smooth stone beneath the crafting table. Yeah. Which means this needs to go down by one more. Oh boy. I thought I dropped it. Never mind. Okay. Yeah. Oh, baby llama. So cute. Such a cutie. Let's see. Where are we on this? We need to carve out this layer. Okay. Yeah, my current objective is to make it so that the area here is flat. Currently carving out this diagonal section so that it's just flat. Then I'm going to carve out the section over there next. Due to various miscalculations, I had to repeatedly continue lowering this area. However, this area should now be able to be properly lowered to the appropriate level. I hope. That's the plan, at least. Whether or not that plan manages to hold up is yet to be seen. However, it's looking very promising. Yeah, there's a lot of excavating to be done. This would be the type of situation where I want the texture pack for seeing the spawning locations. However, if I did that, everything would look very blue. I could also use the red one, but the red one is... You know, I don't like the way it looks. You know, a lot of things I sometimes just do for the aesthetic of the build. For example, using diorite in the mines down below. You know, why did I use diorite? Well, two reasons. One, I wanted to have a build where I utilized the diorite. Two, I just liked the way the polished diorite looked. You know, it looks nice. So I used it. I will need to retrieve some form of sustenance from my kelp farm over there, because that's where I store all of the food, since that's where the smoker is. I will go ahead and pull up these lanterns so that they don't get in the way while I'm excavating. Now I will go forth with gusto as I excavate all of this. So she did Special 6 triple shot on the gigantic underwater shadow that, you know, she felt threatened by. Dragonis did. And that caused, since it was, you know, lightning damage, it was pretty much the one element that you don't want to shoot at Atlantis, because they have a giant lightning rod attached to their defenses. Matter of fact, it kind of powers their defenses. Therefore, she basically powered up Atlantis' defense mechanism as they surfaced, and caused it to fire off at the nearest largest object on the surface, which happened to be a nearby boat that she had decided to cross the ocean alongside, since that boat belonged to the previously encountered Dragon Sanctuary leader and his merry band of ocean-faring dragons. Which means she kind of caused Atlantis to blow a giant hole in the guy's boat. Which, him being a were-dragon of the venom variety, he was not very happy about this, and it showed. He was very upset. He was so upset. She, however, immediately saw the danger present to herself as well as everyone around her, and she decided that instead of needing to, go out of her way to explain all of what just happened, she kind of panicked further and then decided to do the time warp to go back in time an hour to before she electrocuted the water, and then she realized, well, the boat was traveling, which means, well, yes, she is safe for, the immediate moment. She's just gonna have to kind of swim there for an hour. She just swam in place. Which wasn't a very difficult check. It was fairly calm seas until, Atlantis surfaced. Which means she was able to easily pass the difficulty check there. I had invested points into swimming, so she didn't drown. She didn't just sink to the bottom of the ocean. Everyone was like, why are you investing points in swimming? It's like, because this is 3.5. I do actually know the basics of how to swim in real life. I can swim doing the swimming style known as the doggy paddle. I can at least do that much in real life. I should go sleep in a bed because it is night once again. Running over to the bed. There we go. Nice view of the kelp farm there. Matter of fact, do we have any kelp smelted up? No, we do not. Okay, let's go ahead and lock the hopper. That way when it does happen, we can sit there just grabbing tons and tons of experience out of it, because that was amazing. I'm going to use that feature of the smoker. If that's a constant thing, I'm going to keep using that. And the only way I'll know if it's a constant thing is if I keep doing it. If it's a bug, then it's a bug. If it's not a bug, then it's not a bug. Either way, I'm going to keep utilizing that ability of the smoker in its current state. This goes here. On top of that, it goes in facing this way. A lot of these lanterns are in backwards because they're all facing towards the mine shaft over there. Yeah. Wait. No, they're supposed to be facing north. Which means, yes, it was facing the correct direction just now. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Dig out this a little bit. Give it a little bit of detail. This mountain's going to be just... I'm just going to have to carve a path up that mountain in order to climb it. But then again, that's that massive mega mountain that stretches on forever. So I'm probably going to have to carve that one out chunk by chunk. Like, I'll turn on the texture pack for the chunk borders, and I'll just map out the chunks around it and just carve into it. Huh, I just made a three wide gap leap on the first try. Twice. Yeah. You can kind of see the issue with extreme hills. When terraforming, it kind of leaves something to be desired. Because you're just stuck with this gigantic cliff face. Let's see, I need to put that back there, put that there. So yeah, Dragonus managed to avoid certain death, because, I'm gonna be honest, that guy was probably gonna just eat her. he was probably just gonna be like, "You blew a giant hole in my ship, you crazy bitch. I'm gonna kill you." It's like, sorry. Instead, however, she leapt back in time, and she, one of the reasons why she did the electrical zap was that, there were no friendlies in the water, meaning she could quite easily and quite readily, not need to worry about friendly fire, which is good, because as they say, friendly fire isn't, because friendly fire isn't friendly, friendly fire being friendly fire being where you accidentally injure your allies. Hence the phrase, friendly fire isn't. Because that is the complete sentence. Friendly fire isn't. And a more complete sentence would be friendly fire isn't friendly. Oh wait, no. Oops. I don't want to use cobblestone for that. I put the cobblestone away, grab the dirt. I use dirt for that. I don't want to pave at this height because I'm just using the paved blocks to note where it is that I am currently operating in, at least momentarily. As you can see, the hindrance of the grass is definitely helping me here, as this has made things go a lot quicker, because dirt blocks themselves, without like path blocks or grass blocks, just regular dirt blocks actually have a much lower breaking point than grass. Now, I don't know the actual exact numbers, but theoretically, let's approximate that perhaps grass might have a hardness value of 20. Okay? A dirt block comparatively would have a hardness value of about 16 or maybe 14. I don't remember the exact numbers. I would need to actually look up what the specific numbers are on the wiki in order to actually know the exact numbers myself, because I don't know those exact numbers personally. It's not something I've committed to memory, mostly due to the fact that I just don't get to view that information very often. I used to view that information very often because I used to play Java Edition, which allowed me to make use of various mods which allowed me to very drastically modify the game from the original. And in fact, that was kind of what I was going for. I was customizing my Minecraft to an extreme degree. And I definitely want to get back to Java Minecraft. Specifically, I want to get back to NexusCraft mod. I want to get back to Applied Energistics mod, because oh my god, is it so handy to be able to just deposit all of my stuff into just massive deep storage drives where, you know, I make use of you know, all kinds of different things. Like, I would love to have, for example, in Applied Energistics, you can have dedicated storage drives, like, you can have dedicated storage drives for like dirt, cobblestone, all that stuff. And that will allow you to actually do quite a hefty amount of material transportation, you know? Material storage, material, just general handling of material. Okay, let me go deposit the stuff in the storage chest over here by the farm. So much stuff needs to just get deposited all over the place. Let's see. I love that I have those pointed dripstones. Now I just need to get a bit of dripstone blocks, which sadly means I need more emeralds. However, I will work on that at some point in the future. In the meantime, however, what I really need is I need to start expanding my operations here. Once I get this all excavated out, I plan to make use of... There's the cobblestone. There's the cobblestone. I'm going to have to transport all that soon, aren't I? Oh, I'm going to have to transport all this right now. Okay, let me take down as much as I can. How's the coal up here looking? Decent. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to have to transport a lot of that stuff. I do need a faster way of getting all of these materials down here. I need to also start filling in the area down here with storage barrels, because it's not going to be too much longer before, for example, this double chest of dirt fills up. Matter of fact, I think I just filled it up with the barrel up there and then dirt down here. Yeah, this double chest is technically full. It's just not showing yet because I haven't transported the materials down here. They're all still up there in my temporary storage. But yeah, this barrel is technically, or this double chest is technically full. Make sure everything's good. Grab the coal out of here. Properly aim as I try and open the crafting table. Okay. Yeah. This is going to be fun. So Dragonis was very scared as she waited for herself to arrive because she had no idea how this situation was going to unfold. She knew that she was definitely in danger if she allowed herself to, zap the thing that was surfacing. Therefore, she knew she had to stop herself from attacking the water with her electricity, because if she did, she was going to piss off the big angry dragon that previously threatened to eat her. And I don't mean like, kinky. I mean like carnivorously. Like, he was going to just straight up devour her. Okay, now this I don't understand. Why is this block missing? There's just a random pocket of air in the dirt. I didn't cause that. I didn't put that pocket there. I understand if it's like a diagonal thing, but this one wasn't. This was just straight up a pocket of air. Is that a normal thing? Did Mojang add that? Question mark? I don't think that's a normal thing. I think that's something Mojang might need to look into. Because that doesn't seem normal. It's not supposed to spawn like that. It's supposed to be a flat layer. I'm gonna just shrug and blame Herobrine, maybe? I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. Irrelevant, really. It's irrelevant. I'm excavating the area anyways. It doesn't matter. Pretty soon this whole area is going to be equal to water level. So I guess it doesn't really matter either way. Yeah, we'll do this. There we go. Yeah, Dragonis was floating there in the ocean. She said to herself when she showed up, like previously she'd seen, oh yeah, someone went in the shop, they went in with this weird looking armor, wanted the armor, and then was like, well, you know, how much for the armor? He was like, it wasn't for sale, so she jumped back in time. She made sure to hide her identity from herself in case she found herself. She didn't want to recognize herself. Therefore, she made sure, put your hood up, make sure you're hidden. And she came up with a little miniature code of conduct for when she was traveling through time. If you're traveling through time, make sure you don't recognize yourself, because if you do, you might end up going, oh my, what am I doing over there? I'm over here. Did I do something wrong? What am I doing? She didn't want to make herself second guess what she was doing unless what she was doing was a direct threat to her own life. Therefore, she decided that she would instead opt for, for subtlety in her time travels, in what small amounts that she was going to be utilizing it. She decided that she was going to make use of her know-how of basically how everything operated in a way that allowed her to subtly influence how she perceived everything. She knew that if she did certain things, she could potentially hurt herself, and she didn't want that. Therefore, she made sure that what she did was very subversive, very on the down low, as they say. Very, very hush-hush, very quiet. When she tried to zap the thing in the water, she knew that all of those rulings for being quiet went out the window, because what she had done directly put not only her life in danger, but also put all of those dragons on the rather sizable naval ship of the Dragon Sanctuary ship in danger. She put the fishermen's lives in danger. But the thing she regretted the most, ironically, was that she put the life of her own dragon in danger. She was like, no, that is not cool. I don't like that. The guy was flying at her. He looked furious, and she was scared, and so she just did the time warp, and she went back in time, and she stopped herself from, changing, or she stopped herself from doing the lightning attack on the water, which charged up the defenses of Atlantis and caused them to fire at whatever had attacked it, which it was set to target the largest thing there. It didn't really target the wooden fishing boat. Instead, it targeted the massive metal fishing, or the massive metal Dragon Sanctuary boat. Therefore, she, she wanted to make sure that she didn't do that. And she was like, okay, so, how you came up with this ruling for like you don't want to reveal yourself to yourself unless you did something really stupid and really bad? Yeah. Well, I'm sitting here in the middle of the ocean, swimming in the ocean, and I'm waiting for myself to show up because I did something really bad and really stupid. Don't electrocute the water. It's like, okay. That sounds like a plan. Good. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, go back in time an hour and make sure that you tell yourself not to electrocute the water. Otherwise, you're probably going to electrocute the water. Good idea. I'll go do that now. And she teleported back in time an hour to go tell herself, don't electrocute the water. Again. Which means she maintained the time-space continuum by telling herself, you know, I did something stupid, don't do what I did. Instead, go back in time and tell yourself, don't do what I did. Which is brilliant, you know? That is a very intelligent way to handle it, you know? I think Steve was mostly just amazed that I managed to fathom that concept where it's just like, wow, you know, I didn't even think of that. It's like, yeah, well, you're not sitting there playing Prince of Persia 2 Thrones, are you? And he went, no, I'm not. It's like, yeah, well, I am. Which means I know the dangers of altering time accidentally, you know? I know how bad that can be for the timeline and for the people who were trying to protect themselves in said timeline. While I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and transport all of this cobble down as well. Or at least a barrel of it.